Right, hello, I'm back for the predictions and thoughts for Wrestlemania Night 2. Just move over a bit so we can get the belt in the shot. It's only a pillow, it's not a real belt, not made of money. But yeah, Night 2. Yes, I should have wore this top for the Night 1 video because it is it is a Cesaro top, and yeah, I think I should have worn it yesterday because it makes sense. But it's really cold in Wales at the moment, so I've taken my hoodie off for this little moment in the video. But yeah, I've got them all written down here on the back of a tablet packet, a tablet box sort of thing. But yeah, there's 7 matches on Night 2 announced. I've got them here. This video will probably be a little bit shorter than the Night 1 video because there's no SmackDown bit to preview. But yeah, I think we'll go straight into it. This is again filmed before SmackDown, so if something happens. Fuck it, eh? Fuck it. But yeah, here we go. I've written the matches down in no particular order. I think I got the main event right. Well, the main event is right. My bad. But all the other matches is just written random order, so if they're wrong, they're wrong. Sorry about that. Which one do I start with? I'll start with this one. It is the women's tag team match. If you watch my video or if you watch WWE in general, on Night 1 they are doing a tag team turmoil match between all the other women's tag teams, and on Night 2 they all face Jackson Baszler for the titles. And yesterday I pitched that the winners should be Billie Kay and partner. So Billie Kay and Carmella. Should be Bayley, but if it's Billie Kay and Carmella, that's fine. That'll be great them winning that, and I think they should. Well, the best scenario would be I'm moving on. Sorry about that. The best scenario would be Billie Kay and Peyton Royce, and the Iconics come back. That would be fantastic. But I don't think it'll happen. So, you know, Billie Kay and partner winning the titles off Jackson Baszler would be fantastic. They've shit on these tag team belts. They don't know how to book them properly. They are awful. They've even got NXT women's tag team belts now, which are just, why? What's the point? They should have just had the belts go around all 3 brands. I think Gonzalez and Dakota Kai should have won them belts off Jackson Baszler, but they never. So they thought, oh fuck it, we'll make women's belts on there, which I think is a bit pointless. They just don't know how to book these titles. When they come out, it's like, oh, good. You know, they'll go around all the brands and all the women's belts, and they're great. And when the Iconics won them, and Bayley and Banks had them, it was great. But, you know, it's just not good now. Baszler should be going off on her own. Baszler should have beat Lynch last year at Mania. I think Lynch even pitched Baszler winning. Like, I think Lynch wants Baszler to win, because obviously she went off on the sick pregnant, you know? So it would have made a lot of sense, and there's a red light there. I have no idea what that is. There. What is that red light? Oh, well, it's in the video. Deal with it. What is it? I have no idea. I think I know what it is. Is it that? No. What's going on for Mike? Oh no. Yeah, but where were we? They completely botched the tag belts. They don't have to book them properly, and they've just been rubbish. I think Baszler should be a single star. No, you know, being a tag team with Nia Jax. I know Nia Jax gets a lot of flack for her in-ring work and her in-ring safety, but, you know, maybe she's past that now. You know, I think Nia Jax is alright, but this stuff with her, Reginald, and Baszler is really rubbish, in my opinion. I don't like it. It's really holding Baszler back, because Baszler is a fucking beast. He's a former MMA champion and all that, and was he champion? I don't know. She's former MMA star. She's brilliant in NXT, and she come up and she just lost against Lynch, and then she got chucked in his tag team. It's really not doing any good for her. But yeah, I would have Billie Kay and partner win, but I don't think they will. So that's what I want to win, is Billie Kay and partner. But I think the winners will be Jackson Baszler retaining, unless, I didn't say this yesterday, but unless there's another mystery team in the tag team turmoil match. Maybe the Bellas, who knows, or, you know, we'll have to wait and see. Moving on, which one do we go through next? I'll go to this one. I'll go in the list, actually. I'll go down the list. We've got Matt Riddle. It's not Matt Riddle anymore, it's just Riddle, isn't it? Scooter riding Riddle. Who forgot his lines? Just like me, I don't have any lines, bollocks. Riddle versus Sheamus. And I am going to say this now. Sheamus should beat him. Sheamus should beat him very quickly. Now, Riddle's alright. I mean, outside of his, off-screen stuff that we don't want to get into, Riddle's alright, and it's a stoner character, and it's alright, it's entertaining. The fact that, he enters the ring in flip-flops and flicks them off, that's fine. It used to be like pie when it went off, but now it's like animated birds that fly out, which is rubbish. It just looks so stupid, like what the hell is that? But yeah, Sheamus should beat Riddle. I think Sheamus will beat Riddle, actually, because Sheamus, man, is, in my opinion, and I think a lot of people's opinion, the most underrated wrestler in the whole company. Ever since the lockdown era, the no fans era, he has been absolutely brilliant, superb in every single... For years now, I don't think I've seen Sheamus have a bad match. And he does deserve that Wrestlemania moment, in my opinion. I know he's getting on a bit now. He's like 43 now, 43. And he has been in WWE for ages and ages. But I'd love to see him have the US title. That'd be great. Sheamus is fantastic. He's so good. He's a very stiff worker. Riddle's quite a stiff worker as well. So that match will be fantastic. They'll just beat the shit out of each other. Sheamus against Drew was brilliant. The 3 matches they had was fantastic. Sheamus was great in defeat there. His matches with Big E, the street fight, I think it was a street fight where Big E got cut up massively. Oh, fantastic. I mean, the piss stuff with Jeff Hardy was a bit, but the bar fight they had was really fun. Yeah, Sheamus has been brilliant. He's massively underrated, and I am pitching Sheamus to beat Riddle. Hopefully, a lot quicker than yesterday. We're only on 7 minutes, but we'll get there. The next match I've got down is Sami Zayn, Conspiracy Bollocks, versus Kevin Owens. And apparently I look like Kevin Owens. I don't think so. I mean, I had a shave, and I'm a lot fatter than Kevin Owens. Maybe, people do say I look like Kevin Owens. I don't see it myself. Maybe I do. Do I look like Kevin Owens? Maybe if I grew my beard out a bit more and got tattoos and got in better shape, maybe I would look like Kevin Owens. But yeah, my friend said I look like Kevin Owens, and that stuck with me. Put in the comments if you think I do. But yeah, we got this match, Sami Zayn versus Kevin Owens. This match sort of got chucked on, but I'm very happy with it because I think they're both brilliant. Sami Zayn in this conspiracy theorist, mental character is it's been fantastic. I mean, I think you could chuck Sami Zayn into anything and he'd just knock it out of the park. He'd just be brilliant at it. Getting Logan Paul in. We watched Logan Paul on SmackDown with my mate Jay, who's been on the show. We watched Logan Paul on SmackDown. I think Logan Paul really held himself well. He didn't take the shine away from Zayn or Owens. He said a few lines. And just him being there, like, it was like, oh, wow. And for WWE to get Logan Paul, it's massive. He's huge. I know WWE is huge anyway, but to get Logan Paul, it's a bit mental. And he's better than his brother, because his brother's a fucking arse. That's really weird how you can film a dead person and still be better than your brother. That's mental. But yeah, back to the wrestling. It's a really tough one to call this because they had a bit of a thing. By the way, on SmackDown, Sami Zayn was sweating a lot during that promo, and he showed his a trailer for his conspiracy theorist video, didn't he? And he was sweating a lot. He must be boiling in the Thunderdome. But yeah, he got Logan Paul out and was talking about him, and then Logan Paul sort of went on Kevin Owens' side. He was like, oh, what? But there is a but. Now Kevin Owens came out and stunned Zayn, and then he shoved Logan. He sort of gave him a little shove. So what I would pitch to happen, because I think obviously Logan Paul's going to get booed. Obviously he's going to get booed by the crowd. He's just being a dick on the on commentary or on the outside of the ring, stuff like that. And then Kevin Owens gives him a stunner. It makes a lot of sense because it would pop the crowd massively. And I think KO will beat Zayn because I just think it will. I should have thought something better to say about that. Now, Kevin Owens, by the way, was brilliant against Reigns. In the matches that they had, He was fantastic, old KO. Really showed himself well. The end of the match at the Royal Rumble was a bit shoddy, but they didn't have to put him. He don't have to put himself through some stuff. Kevin Owens, you know, jumping off stuff. He's a fucking maniac, and he's doing it. He's got a dad bod as well like that. He's not like, ooh, got to have a six pack and that. He's just a normal guy, KO. He's just a dad, isn't he? Having fun. Oh, I love Kevin Owens, and I think Kevin Owens will beat Zayn, and I think that match will be fantastic. And you know, I think Logan Paul will be quite good as well. I mean, I don't watch his videos or anything like that, but I think Logan Paul will do really well at WrestleMania. And I was going to say maybe give him a contract, but maybe not. We'll see what happens. I'm going to go for a Kevin Owens win against Samuel Zayn. And that'll just add to his conspiracy theorist thing. I mean, you could have like Logan Paul cock it up or something for him, and that'll be the conspiracy. Or he was talking about flat Earth on bloody. He was talking about flat Earth on Friday. that brings into it. I don't know. Something will happen. It'll be really fun. Do I mix it up a bit and change a bit yet? I'm going to go for this one next. It is for the Raw Women's Championship. It is Asuka versus Rhea Ripley, and they've really handled this badly. They've really handled this badly as well. It was not the best. They've booked Asuka terribly since she's won that. I think just after Lynch gave it to her when she won Money in the Bank, that was really entertaining when she was dancing and all that stuff like that. And then it sort of nosedived. It's really nosedived because they, you know, was it then where Jackson was injured Kairi Sane, like back to back, like she injured her 1 week and then a week after. Maybe they were doing that, you know, load of bollocks. When she sort of won that belt, well, she didn't win, she was given it, and all she's done is been in like shoddy tag teams, and that belt has just totally been discarded to the corner. And she's been in shoddy tag teams. She had a tag team with Charlotte Flair when they faced Jackson Baszler. I really thought Charlotte Flair was going to be inserted into this match after, you know, when she come back, but she hasn't. You know, no offense to Charlotte Flair, but I do quite like Charlotte Flair. But it's good that she's not in this, in my opinion. It would sort of tarnish it. Well, I'll get to my thoughts about something like that when I say the winner. Yeah, they've really shit on Asuka. They've done her dirty, so dirty. I don't think she's even defended that belt for ages. She might have had a match at the Rumble because oh yeah, that's it. They were Lacey Evans was supposed to hold the belt, wasn't she? But then she got pregnant and went off because they'd done the whole shit with Ric Flair, which was disgusting. But yeah. Yeah, Lacey Evans was supposed to win the belt of Asuka, then she was supposed to have a match with Flair at Mania as a sort of like, ooh, dad feud or whatever the bollocks. Thankfully that didn't happen because that would have been awful. You know, no offense to Lacey Evans, but it wouldn't be that good with it. But Asuka versus Rhea is going to be fantastic. Rhea Ripley is superb. I've seen Rhea Ripley wrestle live, take over Cardiff. She was fantastic then. I knew she was going to be massive then. And now she's brilliant. Last two at the Royal Rumble. She should have beat. I think she should have beat Charlotte Flair last year at Mania, but that didn't happen. And they sort of pushed Charlotte in NXT, which wasn't that good. But yeah, I think Rhea Ripley will get a WrestleMania. I can't speak properly today. Rhea Ripley will get a WrestleMania moment this year, and she will beat Asuka. And I think what will happen to Asuka after this is she'll sort of like go off telly for a little bit, maybe. Like they might do an injury angle, and she might go off telly for a bit because I think we do. It's sort of getting to that stage where we need to like miss Asuka. It's sort of like a Becky Lynch. I mean, like Becky Lynch went off telly just at the perfect time. Like enough time to miss her. We've missed Becky Lynch now. We need her back, and I think we need that with Asuka. I think we definitely need that with Asuka. Which would be good for her career because it would be a good pop when she comes back. But yeah, I'm going to go for a real win here. And her first opponent should be Charlotte Flair. Charlotte Flair should come back and challenge her and lose. She should lose because I know what WWE are like. They'll probably be like, oh yeah, we'll just give it to Charlotte, give the belt to Charlotte. Like, no, Rhea Ripley should go on a massive tear, beat everyone. and Charlotte Flair should be like the final boss, and she should still beat her, and then maybe Becky comes back, and stuff like that. But yeah, Rhea should beat Asuka. I think Rhea will beat Asuka, and go on a massive tear, and then face Charlotte, and have a little feud there, and because Rhea was sort of coming across as a heel on Raw when she another tag team match against Jackson Baszler. Oh, God. Why are they doing that? That's rubbish. It's just so bad. And she pulled off the ropes and like beat her up, which was sort of like, oh yeah, you're a bit of a heel, Rhea. But when Charlotte comes back, it's going to be a bit weird if they do that feud, because Rhea has to be the face, because Charlotte's a much better heel than a face. But yeah, we'll see what happens. Yeah, Rhea to win that one. Yeah, next is which one do I go for? Yeah, we'll go for that one. You can't even see what I'm pointing at. What the fuck? It is the Intercontinental Championship match between Big E and Apollo Crews. Now they had the match at Fastlane, and it went to a kind of a shoddy finish. And Big E won with like a roll up, but it was like a confusing roll up. But they both rolled each other up, and then Big E got the win somehow. It really looks like Crews got it, but they botched it. Botched it basically, and it looked kind of shit. But yeah, this feud on SmackDown has been brilliant. The new Apollo Crews character is I love it. I bloody love it. I mean, for years I think Apollo Crews is a brilliant wrestler. For years he's been a brilliant wrestler, like high flyer in the ring and that. Really muscly dude. Like, if I had a body like that, I think I'd just walk around with a top off all day, even if it's in the winter. But yeah, the fuck was that? But yeah, this new Apollo Crews character has been fantastic. Like, going back to his roots in Nigeria, being an African character, like carrying a spear, having guards. I mean, I've seen a lot of people saying like, ooh, it's a bit maybe racist sort of thing, but I don't think it is. I think he's a great character. That's not me being a racist. Don't take that out of context. But I think he's a great character. You know, maybe the accent is a bit. You know, I'm saying a lot. I need to stop it. I need to think of words. But yeah, I think the character's been so good, and I think we've been waiting for this Apollo Crews heel turn for ages, because for years he's just been the smiley guy in the ring that can do a couple of flippy stuff and never goes far. I mean, he won the US title off MVP, and they had that all stuff on Raw last year, but then he moved to SmackDown and he was smiley Apollo Crews again, and then he had a match with Big E, and then turned. He was seen backstage in Roman Reigns' locker room talking to him. Maybe that influenced a turn, going back to his roots, and I think he's been so good. He's been so good in this new character. And again, moving on to the other person in this match, Big E. Big E is I had him as a chance to win the Royal Rumble, but he didn't. But he did win this belt. Ever since the New Day split, well, it's not a split, is it? They just moved to separate brands. It's still a New Day, like. But Big E is. How good is Big E, man? How good is Big E? And he's the nicest guy ever. Seen him on a stream with Simon Miller promote his Our Heroes Rock thing that he's doing. Might put it in the comments if you want to donate to that. He's been Big E is the nicest guy ever, and on SmackDown over the past year he's been top notch. His stuff with Sheamus, matches with Sheamus, as I said previously, was brilliant, superb. The chemistry them two had was fantastic. Moving on to it, he had a match with Sami Zayn. He had a little feud with him, beat him. That was great. Big E's been fantastic, absolutely superb. And he deserves it, man, because he's been so good for years. Absolute years. And in this match, though, I think Big E could lose. And I think Big E will lose. I'm going to go for an Apollo win here. And my reason being is because this new Apollo Crews character has been so good. I think he has to beat Big E. Because if he loses again, it'll sort of be a bit like, oh, well, what are they going to do with him now? Because they can't have him face Big E again. I mean, this is the top end of the feud now. They can't just keep going. And I think Apollo Crews will beat him. Back to Apollo Crews. I forgot to mention this. The stuff on SmackDown when he was beating Big E up and he was chucking the steps at him and like literally beating the shit out of him. That was fantastic. And Apollo Crews to win for me. Yeah, Apollo Crews to win. maybe I think 90%, maybe not 90, but like 80, 75% of people are like, oh yeah, Big E has to win this. Big E has to keep his belt here. But what could happen, or what I might like to happen is Apollo Crews wins the belt, great, you know, doing it for his Nigerian ancestors and all that, and then Big E goes on to face maybe a Roman Reigns, you know, push him up. That would be great. Obviously, maybe not beat Reigns, but have him in a top title feud. That would be fantastic. I'm not sure how that would work, because if he lost the Intercontinental belt and then, you know, faced Reigns, maybe they could do like a... No, maybe not. I was going to say maybe Reigns interferes or Uso interferes, but probably that would be quite rubbish, actually. But yeah, Apollo Crews to beat Big E here. Interesting stuff. There's 2 more matches to go through. We've got the main event, which you probably know if you're a wrestling fan. I mean, what non-wrestling fan is watching this? The next, last but not least match, that makes no sense, is The Fiend versus Randall Keith Orton. I mean, this is hopefully the last match in their feud. I was hoping it would be a Firefly Funhouse match, but now there's crowds back, it probably won't be, because if there's, you know, crowds coming back after a year, you know, 25k in a stadium, and it's just a, you know, cinematic match on a screen, maybe that wouldn't be quite good, but it'd be really fun still. I mean, this match is going to be a lot of fun. It is like the match at Fastlane with Randy Orton and Alexa Bliss. Like, I was watching a What Culture stream, and they were like, Phil Chambers said, "We were sports entertained," and yes, we was. That is what wrestling is. It's sports entertainment, and that's what that match was. It was sports entertainment. It wasn't a fight. It was just entertainment, and we had a lot of fun. But yeah, The Fiend versus Randy Orton, hopefully the last match in the feud, the big blow-off match. It'll just be a lot of bollocks, won't it? It'll just be a lot of bollocks. Alexa Bliss will interfere. I was going to say come on the Thunderdome screens here, but there's no Thunderdome screens. She might come on some sort of screen, or just appear and distract Orton, and like a load of fire will happen, a load of bollocks will happen. Maybe the puppets will come back burnt, or something like that, and a lot of crazy shit will happen with that. Maybe Randy Orton goes to RKO the Fiend and he turns to dust because he's burnt, or a load of goo comes out when he tries to RKO him. I don't know what they're going to do. All we know is it's going to be really entertaining. I mean, a lot of people shit on Randy Orton, and I know he can be quite boring. I know he can be very boring. You know, when it's just a chin lock for 20 minutes and then an RKO, that is quite boring. But when he hits an RKO, it still pops me. It still pops me when he hits an RKO. It is such a popper move, isn't it? And with a crowd there that hasn't been there for a year, I think it'll look mental if he hits an RKO. Maybe he'll hit an RKO on Bliss. He did before, didn't he? He did before on Raw. But yeah, there'll be a lot of fire, there'll be a lot of goo, there'll be a lot of bollocks. Bliss will be just a child again doing stuff, which is quite weird. But the puppets might come back. It'll just be a lot of fun, won't it? And I think The Fiend is going to win, because why not? Yeah, I think The Fiend will win. And then do something more bollocks on Raw. I'm not sure what happens to Randy after that. Because they can't continue the feud because it's gone on for fucking ages. And that should be the final nail sort of thing. Maybe Randy goes off telly for a bit, but I don't see that happening because it's Randy. I don't know what happens to The Fiend after that. Maybe Bliss goes away from The Fiend and goes back to normal Alexa Bliss. Who knows? But I think The Fiend will beat Randy Orton. And that's that. And it'll be a lot of fun. I said this is going to be quite a short video. It's now nearly 25 minutes long. The final match, the big triple threat main event, is Roman Reigns versus Edge versus Daniel Bryan. And if you said to me when Edge won the Rumble, well, no, because I was like, oh, he's going to face... Why is he going to face Drew McIntyre? I thought that wouldn't work. But if I knew he was going to face Reigns then, and you told me, Daniel Bryan's going to be asserting to that, I'd be like, what are you on about, mate? Because Daniel Bryan was my number one pick to win the Rumble, and he didn't, guttingly, because I picked him out. Picked his number out of the hat, Daniel Bryan, he didn't win. But, yeah, if you said to me then Bryan would have been inserted into this match, I'd be like, nah, probably not. He'll probably be in an Intercontinental or something, or have a singles match with like Seth Rollins or something. It'll be a banger, but he has made himself be inserted into this match. It's not just been like, ooh, we got to have Daniel Bryan at main, let's just chuck him in here. His promos have been... I'm going to say Daniel Bryan is the best wrestler in the company, I think. The whole of WWE at the moment. I know Edge is there. But at the moment, Daniel Bryan, in my opinion, is the best. He's the best on the mic. His promos are brilliant. Oh, Daniel Bryan is so good. He's so good, Daniel Bryan. I mean, everywhere. I don't know what to say. I've cocked up again. Daniel Bryan has been fantastic, and to just the way he was just like winding up Roman, like, because Roman, a bit like me, I'm in the head of the table. Didn't plan this. I just always film it here because I think, ooh, the cooker's a nice background. But yeah, when Roman Reigns had to sit at the head of the table and Daniel Bryan's winding him up when they're doing the contract signing, and he was like, ooh, maybe I could be the head of the table. Maybe I could be the head of your family. Maybe I could be the tribal chief. He's really getting under his skin. I love that. He's such a good babyface. And you've even seen it when he's like, ooh, this character's a bit stale. I'll turn it into a heel. And that was fantastic. It was well done. Daniel Bryan, man, he's superb. So bloody perb. And moving on to the other wrestlers here, you've got Edge. I mean, personally, I've not been that fond of Edge since he won the Rumble, but it's still Edge. He's still fantastic. He's sort of that, Daniel Bryan's the baby face in this feud. And then you've got Edge, who's sort of the tweener, the in-between. He's sort of the face and heel at the same time after he hit Bryan with a chair. I mean, some of his promos have been alright. When he was doing the stuff backstage, talking to all the people in the chamber match, that was really fun. But he sort of... When Edge won the Rumble, it's like fantastic. Oh, that's brilliant. He's come back. And it's such a feel-good moment having Edge win the Rumble. Same it wasn't in front of anyone. But still, it's still a great moment. But I don't think Edge will win this match now. I really don't think Edge will win this match now. And I don't think it'll harm his career because, well, Edge is a legend, isn't he? He's a fucking Hall of Fame legend. But I think he can afford to lose this. And I think he will lose this. And that's fine. That's totally fine. I know, you got the winner of the Royal Rumble, like, oh, they have to win at Mania. I mean, since Shinsuke didn't, even though he should have, but he didn't, it kind of hindered him. But it won't hinder Edge if you don't win, in my opinion. It won't hinder Edge. And now we're moving on to Roman Reigns, who is also in this match, the champion, the tribal chief. I really hope the crowd react to him as he should be. I know he got booed in the past because of how much he was pushed and all that bollocks. But now he's a heel and he should be booed. But I'm not sure how they're going to react. Hopefully they react accordingly and how they should. But who knows? It's really tricky. Because imagine if all the fans hate everything that WWE's done recently. It'd be so bad. But Roman Reigns in this tribal chief heel character is brilliant. I didn't expect this from Roman Reigns because he's been a face for, years and years. And I just didn't expect this to come. When he come back and he just speared Braun and it was Bray as well, wasn't it? It was like, oh God. Oh, I popped out my fucking seat when Roman came out. Oh my God, it's fucking Roman Reigns, oh my God. I bought his shirt straight away, Wreck Everyone Leave, bought the shirt straight away. He got me, man, he got me. And he's got the same name as me, his name's Joe. And I'm called Joe, so that's cool. But yeah, Roman Reigns has been... It's just the way he speaks as well. He's got that face. He's just such a bastard. You want to punch him in the face. Obviously I don't because he beat the shit out of me. He's a big guy. I'm only 5'8". He's a big guy. But yeah, he's just such an arse. And with Paul Heyman as well, he's just such an arse. They're both arses. And Jay Uso just being a little arse like Scrappy Doo. He's just such an arse. But Roman Reigns, just the way he's talking and the way he can just manipulate people and it's the way he talks. I know I'm going on about this a bit, but the way he talks, it's like a quiet what's the word? Like the way he talks to Adam Pearce as well. Like, you will do this to me when I'm the tribal chief. You will do this. Like, really patronising, having a go at me. It's fantastic. But now here's the but. I don't think he'll win either. I think Daniel Bryan will win. And I, come on, put this all together, Joe. You've been so good up until now. Daniel Bryan will win. I think Daniel Bryan will win this match. He's inserted himself into this match just by being brilliant. And Daniel Bryan, he was talking a few months ago that he's sort of slowing down in his wrestling career now. He feels he's a lot slower in the ring. There's other guys around him that he feels he's not fast enough anymore with them. And I think this would be the perfect opportunity to give him one more run. One more run with the belt. Even if it's, just for a month until the next pay-per-view, whichever one that is. That would be great. Just give him one more run. And to have Daniel Bryan win in front of a crowd would be, the yes would be, it would be perfect. It would be perfect. I think if you ask my friends, they'll be like, oh yeah, Roman Reigns will win. Roman Reigns will definitely win. It's Roman Reigns. But I think Bryan will win. They don't watch SmackDown. I do. I mean, Jay watched it on Friday, but Daniel Bryan's been so good. So good. So fucking good. And I think Daniel Bryan will win. I am going for a Daniel Bryan win on Sunday night of WrestleMania. To close the show, Daniel Bryan in the centre ring or on the top ropes, doing the yes movement in front of 25,000 fans. The whole stadium erupting. Brilliant. Brilliant. Daniel Bryan should win that, and that should be the closing shot. And yeah, there's another thing. If Roman wins, maybe Brock comes back and they can do a Paul Heyman feud. But we'll talk about that another time. But yeah, that is my night 2 thoughts and predictions. Sorry if I ranted a bit or talked a lot of bollocks. That's just how it goes nowadays, isn't it? I'm really rubbish at this. I really need to widen my vocabulary. Sorry about that. But yeah, the tag team match thing, I've gone for Jackson Baszler to win because I really don't see anyone in the tag team turmoil match really winning. It would just be pointless in my opinion. Maybe Nia Jax and Tamina if they get through, but unless it's a mystery opponent. But I think Jackson Baszler will win. Riddle versus Sheamus. I've gone for a Sheamus win because I think he deserves it and it would just be so good. And I think he should beat him in very quick time. Zayn versus KO. I've gone for a KO win. That will just add to the conspiracy theory thing. It'll be a banger of a match. They'll just beat the shit out of each other because they've got a lot of chemistry, haven't they? They're best mates. Got a lot of chemistry. I think KO should stun a Logan Paul and beat Zayn. I think that's what will happen. I think Apollo Crews will beat Big E because I've already talked about it. I think Apollo Crews should beat Big E. I think Rhea Ripley should beat Asuka. Asuka should go off telly for a little bit, and then Rhea should face Charlotte Flair and beat her. She'll go on a massive tear, beat everyone. The next is Fiend versus Randy Orton. I think the Fiend will win. God knows what's going to happen after that, though. They can't do that again. They can't have another Fiend Randy Orton. They can't continue that feud. There'll be a lot of bollocks in that match, and I think the Fiend will win. And for the main event, Reigns, Edge, Bryan, I think Bryan will win. And it'll be one of the best moments ever. Ever. I'm saying ever because it will be. And Bryan will win. Yeah, that's that. WrestleMania is this weekend. I can't wait. It'll be fun. Having it over 2 nights is so much better, I think, than having it over 1 night. I mean, here in the UK, it starts at midnight. And we do watch the pre-show because of the Battle Royals. So we're set, and it finishes like 4. And we're just like, essentially watching wrestling for like 6 hours. And it's like, oh, God. Literally falling asleep like halfway through. And it's like, it's so bad. But having it over 2 nights is so much better. For us UK viewers, definitely. It's so much better. You can spread it out. It doesn't get diluted then because I think like 6-7 hours of wrestling straight. Like the AEW ones, they're like 6-7 hours straight. And they're like, oh, God. But the AEW ones finish at like 5 AM and it's like, God, fuck me. But I think having a 2-night pay-per-view, like the NXT one, that's going to be good. I will watch them and that's going to be fantastic. Having it over 2 nights because it just works. It works better for us UK people. But yeah, that is that. Thank you for watching. That was night 2. I can't wait for WrestleMania. It's going to be fantastic. Hopefully you enjoy WrestleMania. Hopefully you enjoy these. They're not very good. I'm sorry. They're not very good. But, I try my best. I'm not very good at talking. I'm a very shy person, actually. But I think I do these okay. Thank you for watching. I've been Joe, JR, Bollocks. Cheerio.